off with first is, I haven't even put it into my week. I'll just do that. I thought I had bookmarked it. I'm doing the mushroom pate. If you haven't ever done on Cookie Dough before, there's a few different recipes. This one is the Guagana one. I love it because it has minimal ingredients and it tastes really, really good. And it's nut-free if you happen to require no nuts in your diet. Okay, so we've got the one garlic. Let's just use this. Now, it's asking for Swiss brown mushrooms. I guess you could add additional, and this is again talking about how certain ingredients have different varietals, and like mushrooms in particular, there's like over 140,000 different varieties of mushrooms, which is quite staggering if you think about it. Now we're going to add olive oil. Now I'm going to use some good olive oil. So when I do something like a pate or a salad dressing or a sauce, I really like to, one, support local produce or makers of olive oil, versus when I'm actually making like my mayonnaise or cooking in high temperature, I don't want to use my cold pressed olive oil. I use the light tasting olive oil. Oops. Right, so now we put in our mushies. So with the mushrooms, they're pretty good in protein. A lot of people think of vitamin D when it comes to utilising mushrooms. Yes, they have a certain amount of vitamin D, but they really don't have enough to kind of warrant saying, oh, well, I can get my vitamin D from them. It's not an adequate amount. But what they do is they help build your immune system. They support your adrenals. You got certain mushrooms that are adaptogenic, so they're really good for calming the nervous system. So put a bit more. We've got our sunflower seeds. So it's sunflower seeds. If you don't like sunflower seeds, I've actually made this recipe with pumpkin seeds. In fact, I probably like the pumpkin seeds more than so that's actually going to be sauteing for about 15 minutes. It shouldn't really take that long. But what we might just talk about is what we're going to be making with our mushroom. Where is it? Yeah, mushroom pate. So you can have it as it is. You can spread it on toast. You can have it, you know, as a dip, as a condiment. That's fine. But what I think you could do is, if you've ever had like beef or chicken and you've steamed it and rolled it, you could have that as the filling. There's an amazing recipe by Danny Valent, a beef rotolo recipe, and that would taste really nice in it with a red wine sauce. You could do that. You could actually use this as the basis as a umami instead of going for your Worcestershire or your soya sauce. So you could use it in your bolognese, your stews, your soups, your casseroles. So a lot of people tend to just, when they make a dip, they just use it for a dip purpose and they don't think, right, how else could I use this? And once you start realizing how many different ways, one, it could be a flavor enhancer, or it could actually be the main base of like a marinade, stroganoff, you know, put it in risotto, you know, especially if you're out of fresh mushrooms and you want to make a risotto. If you've got some of your pate already previously made up, you can just whip it through and stir it through. So I guess that's what we're trying to teach in this dips and spreads class. It's really thinking outside the square as far as, one, your flavour combinations, getting more varietal of what you're eating, and using it as a way, if you're deficient in your nutrients or in your vitamins, looking at using a dip as a way of enhancing or increasing that volume in your diet. And then we're obviously then looking at ways that we can make a meal out of it as from a Mother Hubbard approach. And I think that's the way how I first took on the approach of using my dip spreads as making meals out of them, because sometimes, you know, especially before you start your weekly food shop, you go onto the fridge and going, oh my goodness, I've got no sauce, nothing here to work with, but you might have a bit of dip, or you know, you have the ingredients to make that, so then you can build upon that as well. So what we're actually making with the mushrooms is a vinaigrette, and I thought this is something a little bit different, because a lot of people wouldn't think to use mushrooms as the base for the vinaigrette. So this would be great, and all of these kind of recipes we're showing today are ones that, you know, you can make for a light meal, a light lunch, or add as a marinade, because we're getting into the warmer weather, so we're not wanting so much heavier food. We're wanting to cut down on them. So a mushroom vinaigrette would be amazing as a dressing on a salad, but more or less on your steak if you're having barbecue or sausages, etc. So yeah, so that's got 11 minutes. And our Dijon, got it over here. Pinch of salt. And ground pepper. Share the next recipe, because I think that's where people are going to start really thinking a bit bigger and beyond when it comes to what they're making as a base. Now, where did I put my MC? Normally when I make these, it's normally on my food shop day or the day after, because I like to keep them up prepped for the week ahead. It just makes it easier when I go in my fridge and go, right, what am I going to cook for tea? Okay. Don't know if anyone's made this before, but it is so good. Oh, it's really yum. Might not look that pleasant, but trust me, it's really good if you like mushrooms. Right, so on. Now, I also think the quality of your Dijon mustard makes a huge difference. I love Tommy mustard. That's my go-to. And to help it last longer, you could put like a little bit of a coating of olive oil on top. I love taking this on picnics. All right. And that was only like 250 grams. It wasn't many mushrooms at all. And like, again, I love recipes that are quick and easy to do, but have minimal amount of ingredients, and using like staples that I use in the home. Okay. So yeah, for now. This back. So what we're going to do now, we'll finish this off, the mushroom, and we are going to make our vinaigrette. And the vinaigrette is like so easy. I don't know if you make your own vinaigrette, Mark. Okay, we're going to put 100 grams of this. Okay, And then we either use vinaigrette or balsamic. I can get the lid off, it's a wax lid. And then some oil and a clove of garlic, parsley, and about 70 grams of oil first. And what we're going to do, because I'm going to add some more olive oil because I want to thin that down. So you can have a look and see how much you want to thin it down. But I'll just pour that in here. So we've got that. So that is our vinaigrette that we've got. And our mushroom. I'll put that here.